Hey guys, this is Kevin Williams with Hayes Agency. I just wanted to shoot this quick video just in response to a question that I've been getting a lot recently from people. Now, whether I'm talking to someone about their auto insurance or their homeowners or their renters or life or whatever it is, one question that people always tend to ask is this: how do I get my auto rates down to a manageable level? And so, looking at Louisiana, we have the second highest auto rates in the nation. And so, that question is very, very legitimate. And so, I just wanted to give a few tips, just in a few minutes, on some practical ways that people can reduce their auto rates. And so, I wrote them down here in a notebook, and so I'm just going to breeze through these in just a couple of minutes. So, 7 ways that you can save on your auto rates. Number 1 is this. And this is something that people may be aware of, they may not be aware of, but that your credit history and your credit score plays a big part in your auto premiums and what you are charged on a monthly or annual basis. And so one way to quickly help your auto rates is to do this, is to improve your credit score, is to have a good credit history, to go and pay your bills. If you have outstanding debts, make sure that those bills are paid on time. And so let's say if you're a credit card person, if you use credit cards, something that would help you to increase your credit score is to have a low credit limit to debt ratio. And so, making sure that the debt on your credit cards is fairly down compared to your credit limit. And so, long story short, increase your credit score. It's going to help your auto rates here and in the future. So that's number 1. Number 2 is this, and this is probably the most obvious, and you don't need a rocket scientist to tell you this, but maintain a good driving record in terms of accidents and tickets and things like that. Obviously, we know that they do play a big part in your auto rates. And so now let's say if you've had a ticket recently, it's not something to fret or worry about. There are some instances to where you can ask your local government office if there is a defensive driving course that you may be able to take in order to get that ticket expunged from your record. So it doesn't hurt to ask. I would definitely see what options are out there. In terms of tickets and accidents, they tend to stay on your record, for 3 to 4 to 5 years, depending on how long the insurance company wants to go back and look at those records. And so to just try to maintain a good driving record, be a safe driver, don't text while you're driving, and all that stuff that you've heard many, many times. And so that's number 2. Number 3 is ask your current company for available discounts. There may be some discounts that you may qualify for that you're not taking advantage of. So a few of those, and this is, companies are different, but some companies have a defensive driving course for, let's say, people who are 50 and older that you may qualify for, and that can bring your rates down. Let's say if you're a student, if you're a high school student or a college student, you may qualify for a good student discount depending on your grades. If you are in that category, you know how just brutal rates can be sometimes, and so that can play a big role, a big help. If you are an electronic person, and if you don't mind not having a paper bill sent to you, a paperless discount can help you as well. There are some companies that have a device that you can plug into your vehicle to just basically monitor your driving habits. Now, that can play a huge role in helping reduce your premiums. And so if your company has something like that, ask for it. It's a very simple thing to set up in your vehicle, but it can give you big savings. Another discount that you may have is a multi-policy discount. If you have a homeowner's or a life or a renter's policy, RV, some other type of policy, you may be able to qualify for that multi-policy discount with your same company. Also, let's say if you have a vehicle that you do not drive a lot. Let's say you drive it 6, 7, 8, 9,000 miles a year, relatively low mileage. You may qualify for a reduced mileage discount on that vehicle. And so if you have a vehicle that meets those qualifications, make sure that your insurance company knows about that and they can apply any necessary discounts to your bill. So available discounts, and there are other things that fall into that, but so that's number 3. Number 4 is your deductible on your comprehensive and your collision. You may be able to adjust those deductibles up to save you money. And so while it is great to have a $100, $250 deductible on your collision or your comprehensive, if you bring that up, it could result in increased savings to you. And so just look at your budget and to see, let's say if you get into some sort of accident, would you be able to cover that $1,000 deductible, that $1,500 deductible? If the answer is yes, then it may make sense for you to go ahead and make that switch and save on your premiums. So number 5 is let's say with comprehensive and collision, if you have full coverage, you may want to look into taking that comprehensive and collision off. Now, a good rule of thumb is this, guys. Let's say if you're paying annually, if the cost of your comprehensive and your collision plus your deductible, if those 3 costs annually exceed the cost of the value of your vehicle, it may make better sense for you to remove those coverages and just save that money every month. Save it towards a new car. Save it just because you want to make sure that makes sense financially for you. And so number 6 is if you're able to, instead of paying monthly on your premiums, see if you can pay every 6 months or annually. Now, if you have the means to pay those premiums up front, many times it can result in a substantial savings on your premiums. And so it's good for you, it's good for the insurance company. And so ask about that. If you're able to pay that up front, try to do that. It can save you big. And the last tip that I would give is to do this. Shop around. Let's say you've been with your insurance company for a long time and they've been good to you, but rates have gone up. It would be good to see what is out there and to get some quotes. Now, a lot of times there seem to be 2 main hindrances to people doing that. One is that it's a hassle, right? You've got to go to websites or make phone calls and get all these quotes from different companies. And so that's one reason why people don't tend to do it a lot. The second hindrance is that people think that it is a big hassle to switch insurance companies if they find something that is better. And so really with those, and this is a shameless plug for me as an independent agent, what I do is I try to take those 2 hindrances away from people. I shop around. We're contracted with multiple companies that we can do the shopping for people to go and get those quotes. We do all the work and we let you know what we find. And also in terms of switching is very, very simple. And so it's something that we want to make that process seamless if you find coverage that works better for you with another company. And so tip number 7, shop around. You may be surprised at what you find, and you may be surprised at what you might be overpaying with your current company. And so that's basically it. That's 7 tips on how to reduce your auto insurance premiums. If you are looking around, I would love to be the person to partner with you to help you find coverage that best fits you and your family. All right, thank you so much for watching.